7 p.m. and I'd like to call to order the June 12th, 2018 business meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Aldine Independent School District. We'll start with our ethics statement with Dr. Kimberly Booker.
The board has adopted an ethics statement that affirms our commitment to ethical conduct. The statement is, the Board of Trustees is committed to and shall perform its duties ethically and according to our core beliefs. We will model the highest standards of conduct. We will ensure that no personal value, system, or personal goal interferes with our duty as public servants. The public interest shall be the principle which guides the board in its deliberations and decisions.
Thank you, Dr. Booker. We extend a warm welcome to everyone present or pleased that you joined us tonight as we celebrate the achievement, we review information, and we make policy decisions related to the effective operation of the Aldine School District. I would like to thank everyone for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us tonight. Let the minutes reflect that all board members are present except Paul Shanklin. And I see that we have visitors in the audience tonight, so if you have comments to the board and have not filled out the audience participation form in the brochure, it's next to the agenda books outside. Please do so at this time and give it to Ms. Laura. The board will listen under item 14 on the agenda, open forum for patrons desiring to be heard. Number 5 on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. Do we have a motion?
Yes, Mr. Mead, I move that the minutes of the regular meeting and the executive session on May 15th be approved as printed.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Then we'll begin the vote with Dr. Booker.
Booker, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Mead, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Bourgeois, yes.
Garcia, yes.
And the motion carries. Right now we will adjourn our board meeting and the meeting of the Aldine ISD Board of Trustees to discuss the proposed budget, and the tax rate is now open. It is now 7:02. The chair recognizes Dr. Tamika Alfred Stevens.
Okay. Oh, it's on now.
There we go.
Good evening, Mr. Mead, members of the board, Dr. Goffney. I have several items to discuss with you this evening. Section 44.004 of the Texas Education Code requires that prior to expending school district funds in a succeeding year, the budget must be adopted on or before the first day of the new fiscal year. This same section indicates that the board shall call a meeting of the Board of Trustees for the purpose of discussing and adopting the budget and discussing a proposed tax rate. The code further requires that any taxpayer of the district may be present and participate in this meeting. Proper notification of tonight's meeting has been posted and advertised in the newspaper. There are also copies of the budget book on the entry table if anyone would like a copy. With the board's permission, I would like to begin the budget meeting.
Proceed.
We have been working on our 2018-19 budget since January. Every department and campus has had an active part in its creation. The proposed general operating budget for the 2018-19 school year is $573,354,736, which is a decrease of $49,297,408 from the 2017-18 adopted budget. This represents an overall decrease of 7.9%. This budget provides funding for all of the district operations, instructional programs, and student activities. Prior to this presentation, each board member was given multiple drafts of the district budget. Does the board have any questions about the budget or any of the documents that have been presented?
Board member, do we have any questions? No questions.
At this time, I would like to ask if anyone in the audience would like to address the board on the proposed budget for the 2018-19 school year. If no one desires to address the board, I would like to recommend that the board approve the 2018-19 budget that I have presented.
Board members, you've heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion?
move that we accept Dr. Alfred Stevens' recommendation that the board approve the 2018-2019 budget as she has presented.
And do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Okay, we'll begin the vote with Dr. Booker.
Booker, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Mead, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Bourgeois, yes. Garcia, yes.
The motion carries.
With the board's permission, I would like to begin the tax rate hearing.
Proceed.
In order for the district to maintain and oversee the public schools in the Aldine Independent School District, to pay outstanding bonds in the succeeding year, and any other lawful purposes, it is necessary for the district to set a tax rate. I am proposing the board set the tax rate of .2825 cents for the interest and sinking fund and $1.15388 for the maintenance and operations fund for the 2018 tax year. This rate is 6.25 cents higher than our current tax rate and is a total tax rate of $1.43. Proper notification of these proposed tax rates has been posted and advertised in the newspaper. Prior to this presentation, each board member was given a copy of the notice that appeared in the Houston Chronicle and Northeast News. The notice indicated these proposed tax rates. Does the board have any questions about the proposed tax rates I have recommended?
Board members, any questions? No questions.
At this time, I would ask if anyone in the audience would like to address the board on the proposed tax rates I have recommended. Mr. Mead, this hearing satisfies the requirements set out in Section 4.004 of the Texas Education Code. The board will not be able to officially approve the proposed tax rate until the district receives the certified roll from the Harris County Appraisal District in late August. At that time, the district will be able to set a tax rate. The tax rate the district sets at that time cannot be higher than the proposed tax rate discussed in this meeting without another tax rate hearing. Mr. Mead, members of the board, this concludes my part of the meeting of the Board of Trustees for the purpose of discussing and adopting the budget and discussing a proposed tax rate.
Okay, thank you so much. We will now adjourn the budget and the tax rate hearing. It is 7:08 p.m.
Thank you.
Item 5, approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. Do we have a motion?
We have item 7.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I jumped again, sorry. Then we'll have the academic report with Dr. Sarah Tomey.
She's taller than I am. Good evening, President Mead, Dr. Goffney, and members of the board. The third annual Aldine Film and Photography Festival was held on May 18th in the arena at MOC. Over 450 people attended the festival, filling the arena with students and their families, along with district staff. There were a total of 78 films submitted from 20 campuses at all levels, pre-K through 12. 475 student photographs were submitted from 65 campuses, along with 100 staff photographs. Videos and photographs were divided into 3 levels, pre-K to 4, 5 to 8, and 9 to 12th grades. Within each level, there were 4 film genres. The Aldine Education Foundation provided funding for the prizes and the decorations. Now, this is an event y'all remember. Aldine had a total of 3,407 students graduate between May 31st and June 2nd. Almost 1,730 scholarships were offered or awarded for a total of $53,684,819. In addition, 75 Victory Early College High School graduates received their associate's degree before their high school diploma from Lone Star College. Nimitz High School had an additional 24 students receive their associate's degree. There are 24 Aldine students right now at the University of Maryland competing in the National History Day event. Nimitz High School will present their exhibit at the Smithsonian Museum of American History tomorrow. I just checked in with Deborah Johnson, our Program Director of Secondary Social Studies, and so far we have no results, but I will share the results at the board meeting next month. Finally, of the 150 students selected for the Texas State Honor Choir statewide, Aldine has 6. These students represent Rayford Intermediate, which is now becoming Ogden Elementary, Wilson, Parker, and Marcella. They will perform on July 28th at the Convention Center in San Antonio. This concludes the academic report for June 2018.
Thank you, Sarah. Ms. Avila, do we have any correspondence to be read tonight?
Mr. President, we have no correspondence to be read tonight.
Okay, then we'll have the recognition of the staff, students, and patrons of Mr. Abel Garza.
The best part of Sarah's report was that there were no kids missing from it, right?
There are no kids missing.
In Maryland?
Not yet. They're still there.
So, you gotta mention the importance of Sarah. Mr. Mead, Dr. Goffney, members of the board, today we are recognizing a great business partner that has come to the Aldine area and has truly affected the lives of our community. I believe now it's been close to a little bit over 4 years that since they've first came to the district. We recognize Baker Ripley as they have come to our community with programs to help empower our students, provide voter registration, education events, adult literacy programs, GED programs, tax centers, after-school programs for young leaders, and hosting civic engagement and immigration town halls. In addition, they have supported the district by sponsoring many events, including the Parent-Family Expo, Extra Milers, the annual State of the District event, Teachers of the Year event, and this is just to name a few. They have done this with a staff of dedicated individuals. They found a need and tried to respond to it. They have also raised funds to build a new Baker Ripley East Aldine campus and will bring many of their services to this location. Here to accept a small token of our appreciation is Claudia Aguirre, President and CEO of Baker Ripley. Ms. Aguirre, please come forward. Please, if you have if you could share a couple of words.
Sure. I'm way shorter than all of you guys. Dr. Goffney, congratulations, welcome. We look forward to the continued partnership with Aldine ISD. Mr. Mead, the entire board, thank you so much for allowing Baker Ripley. As Abel said, about 4 years ago, we were invited by the community to see about opening up a community center. And this summer, we will open our biggest, most boldest, most wonderful, innovative community center of Baker Ripley's history. So we are so excited for that. And Abel is right. It has been our staff that's been committed to working with the entire leadership. And I just want to recognize them if they can stand up for real quick. This is the leadership team that really makes the work happen out here in Aldine. And I will say that the Baker Ripley has a saying. We say change begins with the first new question. And so when we started our work out here, we asked the community, what's working? And time after time, they said how proud they were of their schools in Aldine. And so we want to continue that work with Aldine ISD and continue to keep Baker Ripley Aldine proud. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Claudia. Appreciate you. Bo and Leo, thank you. Next, Stacy Smith, Program Director, Resource Development, has a number of grants that she will present.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. President Mead, board members, Dr. Goffney, administrative leadership, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to report on recent grant awards. Will LaTanya Amerson, principal of Eisenhower ninth grade, and Elizabeth Gilbert please come forward? The students at Eisenhower ninth grade had a goal of providing opportunities for other students to engage in positive interactions, supporting social development skills and verbal communication and critical thinking. The board game Stop Boredom was a student-led initiative for before and after school student engagement. This was through Donors Choose, and they started a student-led project, and so the students joined together with Elizabeth for this program, and they were funded $304. Congratulations. Will Maggie Doran, principal of Rayford Intermediate, please come forward? And Maggie is representing her teacher, Cynthia Lee McCow, who had a family emergency this evening and could not join us. Fossils, minerals, elements, energy, and animals were some of the discoveries awaiting the students on their tour of the Houston Museum of Natural Science. Students participated in a museum scavenger hunt and viewed an IMAX movie in 3D. For many of the students, it was their first time to the museum. So it was a great experience that was provided by the Rayford PTO in the amount of $500. Congratulations. I wouldn't see without mine, so we wouldn't want that to happen. Okay. And would Denise Winchester, principal of Shotwell Middle School, and Peggy Tommy please come forward? Okay. Come on up. Come on closer. Okay. The outdoor courtyard will be renovated into an outdoor classroom and garden compost with a primary focus on their science curriculum, including the food chain, energy transformation, photosynthesis, biodiversity, microhabitats, cycling of matter, and the nitrogen cycle. Students and teachers and Lowe's employees will help implement and transform the courtyard. This was funded by a Lowe's Toolbox grant in the amount of $5,000. Wow. Congratulations. And was MacArthur High School, were you all able to make it this evening? Yay! Come on down. And Ms. Bazan, if you'd like to join them. Oh, wait, she's taking pictures today. Okay. Okay. So from MacArthur High School, who all do we have? We have some extra visitors today with us.
Let's see, Ms. Tomasi, she's assistant principal.
Oh, wonderful.
Linda Eastland, head coach.
Yes, yes, yes.
For volleyball. Ms. Bazan, awesome parent.
and Leslie Mike, my assistant.
Oh, wonderful. So you've got the whole crew today. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
And math teacher extraordinaire.
And math teacher extraordinary. Well, that helps with scoring too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Keeping all the scores straight. Well, the MacArthur Summer Volleyball Opportunities Project was launched in 2013 to provide students with the opportunity for physical fitness, discipline, character building while learning volleyball skills and knowledge of the sport. The program lends itself to better athletes, incorporate teamwork skills, and sportsmanship. And this was funded by the East Aldine Management District for the amount of $8,100. Congratulations. And not only is Ms. Bazan a wonderful parent, but she also serves on the East Aldine Management District Board. Oh, yes, and she's also with Baker Ridley.
Congratulations, ladies. Okay.
And will Deanne Delgado, principal of MacArthur 9th grade campus, and LaTerrence Blackman please come forward? Come on up. The Move Up to Mac program began as a TEA grant in 2009 and has continued to operate. The incoming freshmen have an opportunity to acclimate to the 9th grade campus school procedures, both in discipline and in academia. The program includes algebra investigation, biology experiments, student planning and organization, and health for a 1/2 credit. They prepare the students for higher learning and also to serve as peer facilitators their freshman year. This was awarded through the East Aldine Management District in the amount of $10,000. Congratulations. Got all the math teachers out today. And the total amount for the awards this evening is $23,904. Thank you.
Mr. Mead, that concludes my short report.
Thank you, Abel. I'd like to make a comment on Baker Ripley. I live close to there, and I go by every day, and I've seen it since it started. They got the beautiful colored buildings there. And to the MacArthur volleyball, we play volleyball at my house with my grandkids, and kids come over. I'm not very good. I just wonder if I could join y'all's program this summer and learn more about volleyball. Yeah. So the board has a consent agenda items in their possession for study and discussed them at length last night. Is there anyone who wishes to speak to the consent agenda to be voted on by the board tonight? If not, do I hear a motion regarding the consent agenda items?
I'm getting there. I move that all items under A through J on the consent agenda be approved as printed with the exception of C2 and J5, which is withdrawn at this time.
And do I hear a second?
I second.
Then we'll begin the vote with Dr. Viola Garcia.
Garcia, yes.
Avalos, yes?
Mead, yes?
Esparza, yes.
Booker, yes.
Well, the motion carries. And now we'll have the report of the administrative staff. Dr. Goffney, do you have any staff recommended tonight?
Mr. Mead and Board of Trustees, I'm very excited. My first two principal hires, I believe in leadership, especially campus leadership, and I believe in these two people. We did it a little different. Dr. Chapa and I surprised them, and we went over, and they thought that they were meeting the new superintendent, and they didn't realize that they'd been selected. So it was a pretty exciting day for me as I was visiting Aldine ISD. Our first stop was with Mrs. Flores Bolivar. She comes to us with a variety of experiences, including 5 years as an attorney doing meaningful work, but she was called and passionate about education, and so she ended up in Aldine ISD, and again, she's done incredible work. She believes that a teacher who believes all students deserve the best education every day. So she believes she is the teacher. Even though she's the principal, she believes that she is a teacher. And once we embrace and understand that, we can do incredible work. So I'm excited about the work that she's going to be doing over at Orange Grove Elementary as the principal. So please welcome Mrs. Flores Bolivar. And would you like to have words?
To do that. I have my family with me, Nicolas, who is also a student in Aldine. My baby Mateo, my husband Rafael, my niece that is helping me out. I need a village. She came from Mexico. And my two dear friends, Miss Plata and Miss Thompson. They're with me. They're my village to continue to improve. So thank you very much.
Good. Wow. Well, I'm excited to see the difference you're going to make. Our next stop was to surprise Ms. Stafford, and she literally had no clue, and it was obvious. She will be the new principal of Olson Elementary, and she too has a lot of experience in Aldine ISD. She believes it's the leader's job to inspire staff, parents, and students to achieve extraordinary things in education, and we're certainly looking forward to what she's going to be able to achieve at Olson Elementary. So please welcome our second principal for tonight, Ms. Stafford.
Yes, I was very surprised. I actually asked, am I in trouble? But I am a product of Aldine. I graduated from Eisenhower High School. I started at an elementary school and graduated from high school and went to college and thought not to be an education, but my mother is an educator and my family, long line of educators, and so I just gave it. But it was the best thing I could have ever done. Tonight I have with me my mother, Ida Love, my son, Marvin Stafford, my daughter, Camille Stafford, and my twin. We're not really twins, but we ended up being twins. And my mentor and good friend, Ms. Amerson.
We're excited about the work. And Mr. Mead, that concludes my announcements.
And I have another comment. I started at school at Orange Grove Elementary, and Orange Grove Elementary was 70 years old this year. Yeah, so I'm a pretty old fella.
This morning, our secretary told me, you need to go talk to Mr. Mead, he was here. And I said, I will, because I need to know the story. I'll be going to you.
Thank you. Congratulations to both of you. Patricia, do we have any board committee reports?
We have the following policy revisions at this time. Proposed revisions to DEA local, first and final reading. I move that the board approve on first and final reading the proposed revisions to DEA local.
Garcia seconds.
Okay, then we'll start the vote with Dr. Booker.
Booker, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Mead, yes?
Avalos, yes. Bourgeois, yes.
Garcia, yes.
And the motion carries. So now we move to item 14, open forum for patrons desiring to be heard. Do we have any?
We don't have any.
Patrons? Okay, if we don't have any patrons, then I won't read this, okay? And we'll just jump to, let me see if I can get the next page here. We'll jump to adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
We have a motion. Okay, Rose and Connie. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries at 7:29. We are now adjourned. 7:30.